Right, final video on these tension struts here. So I've just pressed in the Borg and Beck bearing to the aftermarket arm that had a solid, or certainly very stiff, solid rubber metal bushing in it. So these, I'm still suspecting the hydro, hoping that the hydro, because that's what I want. But the ultimate test I was after really was to see how these moved in the vice versus those OEM arms with the OEM bush. As I say, it is an old bush. It has cracking, but I don't believe it's lost its oil. Anyway, here we go. I'll clamp this in the vise. It is definitely stiffer than that BMW one. However, it's also definitely has a lot more movement than the bush that was in here. The aftermarket bush. So I'm just going to hold that in the vise, and I am levering on the ball joint at the top. Okay. So let's see what sort of movement we get. A decent amount, but I am pulling that quite a bit. So it's definitely a lot stiffer, quite a bit stiffer than this factory BMW one. So I wouldn't say I'm completely sure now what, like that moves. This is the BMW one. This is like it's designed, well, it deflects fully. Okay. Now, is that because it's worn, or is that the design intent? Because although this bush that I've just pressed into these aftermarket arms does feel like it has a lot more movement than that other bush, I'm still not dead sure. I still think these are hydro. For that amount of deflection there, can you see that? What can you see in the video? Yeah. That, the rubber, there's no way the rubber is compressing that much. So I still think these are hydro. However, I'm still tempted to buy some of the bushes that Autodoc have got listed as hydro bearing. They literally say that in the specification. Just to see. Anyway, I'm going to fit these and see how the car dries. Cheers, thanks a lot.